Look, Lieutenant Me, I'm really going to have to make this my last little drinky pool. I'm feeling a little spinny-headed, and I believe I would like to sing.
Shh, Advick. With our singing voice, perhaps continuing would be unwise for interstellar relations. Let us call it a night, but first, come, admire the view from the observation pod with me. It is doubtless spectacular, and may even help to clear your head.
If I insist, I mean you. I mean us. You know what I mean. My, this lifts terribly fast. Please tell me we're not going up too high. I'd hate to cause a nasty accident to anyone below. Unless it's Doctor WHeasel. Technically, a clone progenitor, Advick, given comfort the station orbits far outside any planetary gravity wells. Subjectively speaking, everywhere here is high. That's not settled by gizzards one jot. Oh, wow, the view up here is spectacular. The stars look so sharp, so clear, and so starry. That is because we're outside the station's disruption screen. Likely why, with the current state of galactic affairs, no one else is here. A fact I rather counted on. Look at that! If I didn't know better, I'd say you were pointing some sort of spacey weapon at me, which would be a worry if I didn't have this cocktail umbrella. But you weren't expecting that, Lieutenant Phony Advick Goose. Balsa wood and paper have rarely been noted for being impervious to blaster fire, Advick. Lieutenant Goose, one being for transport. Lock on to my coordinates. And now, the Phylect can begin.
The atomic sabers of the United Earth Confederation, the Chickonian Empire, are poised on the knife edge of calamity, where a single mistake could bring carnage to the 28th century. Last-ditch talks aboard Concordant Station between Earth's venerable ambassador, Doctor WHeasel, and the Chickonian Empire's representatives may be the last best hope against disaster. But can the Doctor, aided by Advick Goose and trusted comrade in arms, the Brigade Leader, successfully navigate the choppy diplomatic waters? Or will everyone else be sucked into the murky quagmire of galactic war? Unlock the peace dividend in Doctor WHeasel and the Fowl Legerdemain, Part 4!
I'm telling you, Alan, these talks are not going quite as well as I thought they would.
Really, Doctor WHeasel? After the first session with the Chickonian ambassador, I rather thought we'd made a genuine breakthrough.
That's one way of looking at it, but I spoke over the hyperwave with the Terran High Minister on Earth. He's none too keen on any concessions. The government's position remains that the Chickonian Empire is the aggressor, and they'll need to back down first.
Always the bally problem with any negotiation. Both sides always expect the other fella to blink first. It takes real courage and gumption to be the first one willing to give ground. Take a chance, as it were, to bring out the best in the other chap.
For a career soldier, Alan, you've a rare gift of being able to look beyond the reductionist perceptions of most politicians and rulers I've met across the entire universe.
Come now, Doctor. Do you really think I could head up Entity if I was a shoot first, ask questions later sort of fellow? Sometimes, yes, a martial response is the only solution, but not one I'd like to fall back on too readily.
Alan Archway Badger. Truly, you are among the best your planet has ever had to offer. Now, where the heck is that goose? I know he was up carousing with his duplicate last night, but you'd think one of them would have had the decency to clock in on time.
Good morning, Doctor, Brigade Leader. My apologies for my late arrival. There was a queue for the intrastation shuttle.
I'll see that doesn't happen again, Advick. Now it's past time to get back to the negotiating table. Come along, you pair. There's a galaxy to save.
Certainly, Doctor WHeasel. It would be my pleasure as always. Do you have any expectations for today's meeting, of which I should be appraised?
What? Oh, no, Advick, nothing for you to worry about. I'm going to simply use my charm and wit on the High Ambassador. Not that the UE government has left me much to room to manoeuvre.
Oh, don't be such a gloomy Gus, Doctor. Why, I've seen you talk your way out of far more challenging circumstances than these. And remember the Cleethorpes incident.
How could I forget? Overpriced chips, aggressive gulls, and terrible parking options.
No, Doctor. I meant the Spectral Lords last year. Wasn't much my men could do. But then you went to not only talk down a gosh darn invading alien army, but got them to sign up to a peace treaty into the bargain. Incredible stuff.
The Brigade Leader makes a most valid point, Doctor. You are not inexperienced in negotiation at this level, and I have the utmost confidence you will prove similarly cogently efficacious on this occasion.
Did you swallow a dictionary overnight, Goose? No matter. Here we are. Good morning, Chickonian Guard. I trust everything is fine for you this morning.
Venerable Terran Ambassador, greetings. I must ask your aides to remain outside. High Ambassador Polly wishes to consult with you privately ahead of negotiations.
Are you alright with this, Doctor? Seems dashed unusual.
Private consultations are often de rigueur in such high-level negotiations, Brigade Leader.
Oh, please, Advick, call me Alan. I'm still officially off duty.
Apologies, Alan. I shall not forget. Again. Chickonian Guard, I assume the room has undergone the standard security review by the Confederation officers?
Your Colonel Stover completed a scan over 5 standard minutes ago. His report should be available on your personal devices, along with some other useful pieces of information.
Right, so everything's tickety-boo for a good old chinwag then, Advick.
Doctor, and I can say this without any fear of contradiction, the Colonel will have been most thorough. Your and His Excellency, the High Ambassador's personal safety is assured. But here, take my personal scanner with you, in case we need to alert you of any developments.
Right you are, Goose. Well, paws crossed, everyone.
Ambassador WHeasel, thank you for meeting me ahead of our main discussions.
No worries, High Ambassador Pollywontercracker. The Confederation First Minister himself reminded me of how important it was these talks of ours end well.
Excellent. Since we last spoke, I too have spoken with my government. They fear our cultures may yet have travelled too far towards conflict for mere words to draw us back from the precipice.
High Ambassador, I fervently hope, in this room, our two cooler heads will find a mutually satisfying way ahead for all our people's sakes. Now, was there anything more, or shall I invite our aides in now?
Within my government, as I suspect yours too, there are some factions opposed to negotiated settlements. My sources have intimated some of these beings are even now actively scheming to bring these talks to an abrupt end.
Am I surprised, High Ambassador? No, everywhere I go there are always lunkheads who prefer conflagration over peace, if only so they can pick over the embers to their own advantage. Did your sources provide any concrete information on these insurgents? A timetable, maybe? A couple of names with headshots might be a good start.
Hi, Doctor WHeasel. I fear their agents may already be among my own staff and possibly yours. Hence, if we are to speak frankly, it must be alone like this.
What? The Brigade Leader's as trustworthy as they come. Not to mention he's from 800 years ago, so he's not really in a position to scheme.
And your assistant, Advick Goose? Your trust in him is similarly unconditional.
Sorry, High Ambassador, but Advick's way too much of a coward to want a war. Which reminds me, he sent this information pad on some useful information on it. In the spirit of transparency and mutual accord, High Ambassador, I insist that you have it.
Thank you, Venerable Ambassador Weasel. May this information offered in good faith provide the foundation of a new understanding between our people. Do I swipe left to open? Or is there a code? Or... no, I see. There's the release button.
Doctor! Hi, Ambassador! Can you hear us?
I'm over here, Alan.
Doctor WHeasel, you are relatively uninjured. I am surprised and relieved.
Hi, Ambassador! No, you have killed him! This is an egregious provocation against the Chickonian Empire!
What? No, keep your beak on, personal guard. The High Ambassador blew himself up when he accessed Advick's information pad. No, Groblocks. That doesn't sound great, does it?
Finally, truth from your fleshy mammalian lips. Your aide covertly provided you with a weapon to slay our High Ambassador. Know this, Doctor WHeasel. In the name of Polly Cracker, a state of war now exists between our peoples.
Doctor, it might be advisable if we return to the Weasleys before the security services arrive. Otherwise, it could be problematic to disentangle ourselves from this situation.
Problematic? You've plunged the 28th century into a war I was trying to avert, Goose. Where did you get that information pad from? I've never seen you with one before.
That? Oh, Colonel Stover provided it this morning. He said it would be of great use to you in fulfilling your ambassadorial duties.
Stover? My gods and tiny fishes.
Whatever is it, Doctor? You don't think Stover planned for all this, did you? He seemed a decent enough sort.
I've got no proof, but right before he died, the Chickonian High Ambassador told me people were plotting on both sides of the Galactic Divide to bring the Confederation and the Empire into conflicts. And I've played right into their hands by giving them a causa belli.
Lucky that bomb didn't kill you as well, eh, Doctor? Guess there's still some luck for us.
Yes, that would have been regrettable.
What are we going to do now, Doctor?
I tried stopping this conflict before it started. Now, my dear Alan Archway Badger, now I have to end this war before it consumes the entire galaxy.
As the mighty war machines of two immense domains power up to rent the cosmos asunder, can even Doctor WHeasel hope to put the genie of war back into the bottle? Plus, with the phony Advick aboard the Weasleys, are this false friend's schemes against the errant time Weasel an end, or only just beginning? And what of the valiant, authentic Advick Goose? Where does his fate lie amongst the hostilities? Sign up for duty, and keep the home fires burning in Doctor WHeasel and the War Among the Stars, Part 1!
Doctor WHeasel is a Weasel Tele Audio Enterprises production starring Randolph Weasel as Doctor WHeasel, Coonton Goose as Advick Goose, and featuring John Gathercole as the Brigade Leader, St. John Thorquist as the Chickonian Bodyguard, and Simon Hart as High Ambassador Polly Cracker.